We spoke about Max Gawn a fair bit last week, but
do we ever?
He
We never
proved
stop
to be a
talking
little
about
bit
it.
of a match winner on the weekend against Geelong. One of his efforts that we want to put the spotlight on was that long-range 55-metre goal that he kicked in the last quarter, and it's not the first time.
What do you think of that goal?
Great goal. It's not the first time he's kicked one from outside 50. I think it was the 2021 prelim against Geelong. He launched one from about the same range. And earlier this year, I know it doesn't count statistically and officially, but in a practice match against Carlton, he kicked a really long goal from outside the arc at Icon Park as well. He can tend to get the yips from closer, but he tends to be quite good from outside 50. And
Can I just put it? Sorry,
go for it.
This is something I've came to my mind now. Put a pin in what we're saying. If Christian Petrarca kicks that goal, is it as good a goal as what Max Gawn did? The exact goal? Because there's so much of this.
In terms of what though?
In terms of how we view it and how just everything about it. Because there's so much of this feels like the Sam Draper goal of the year from a couple of years ago, where it's
I agree with you. That was a terrible goal.
Not routine, but it's the fact that a ruckman does it makes it seem far better than it is.
Outside 50 though, still.
Okay, he's kicked the goal from outside 50. Yeah, that's great. But it's not like people are making out like no one's ever kicked the goal from outside 50 ever
It's
before.
more because we know
how
bad
Buddy
a
kicked from
shot
outside
he
50?
can be.
Yeah,
About 300 or something like that.
Go through those numbers in a
But
second.
we did put it to you, Christian, though, and we wanted you to take a look at who are the best shots at goal from outside 50, whether they be
Sorry, I need
current players
to rant about these things.
or in the past as well. We know Jake hates ruckman, but let's park him aside for a second. What do the numbers say?
So we'll start with just current day players and who's kicked the most goals, who's had the most shots from outside 50 and who's kicked the most goals from outside 50. So I'm sure you'll be able to guess the player.
The current player or modern
current
day?
player
Current
with
player.
the most goals
Well,
kicked from outside 50.
Thought it would have been current player. I would have thought Tex.
I would have said Jeremy Cameron, but
Okay, it's Taylor Walker by a long way. So if you look at shots, he's taken 298 shots from outside 50 across his career. Next most of any current day player is Patrick Dangerfield, 169.
That's right.
So 130 more shots he's taken. He's also, Taylor Walker that is, kicked 118 goals from outside 50. The next most is Dangerfield, who's the only other player over 50 across his career at 55. So Taylor Walker a long way ahead.
And how many shots from outside 50 had Danger had?
169. So Dangerfield's at about a 33%
like a third of
accuracy. Taylor Walker's 40% accuracy.
it's funny, like Gawn, who does get the yips closer in. Dangerfield has in the past as well, but it's funny when the further out you are, the more you can kick through the footy. The
I don't
better
know.
your
Is
accuracy is.
33% good from outside 50?
It's about just
What would be the
the rest of
expected
the rest of the top 20 guys for goals from outside 50 are all around 40 to 39% accuracy. So he's
I guess
below
you don't
average
take
in-
those
of
shots
those
if you
lists.
can't. You generally aren't taking those shots if you can't make the distance or you're not confident about it.
Yeah, exactly. And as I said, we will record it if you tried it and fall 10 metres short, but you're not seeing many players do that anymore. So, as I said, Dangerfield second with 55. Tom Hawkins, Gunston, and Joe Danaher all equal third at 48.
Yeah, Danaher. Yeah, I'm surprised he's not actually high.
My mind did go straight to the left footers when I did think about this. I envisaged a Matt Suckling getting a handball receive and launching it from outside 50 as well. I just get a feeling
like the left more
footers
than the
just launch it. I don't know.
Are you left or right?
I'm a righty.
Okay,
Yeah.
so you grew up wishing you had a left
I
foot?
just imagine left footers are just longer kicks. I don't know. It's a weird thing with me, but I just think they are.
So also just looked at, we've been looking at distance from shots from 1999 onwards, and Taylor Walker has taken the second most shots of anybody from outside 50 in everything we've recorded, those 298 I was saying. So the most shots outside 50, again, you look at how far Taylor Walker is ahead of every other current day player. It's the same for Buddy Franklin when you're comparing him to the rest of the competition. So 439 shots from outside 50 in that time, 298 as I said, the next most. For 196 goals, so 45% accuracy in that time. If you look at sort of the top 20 players for goals kicked from outside 50, so I said Franklin number one at 196, Taylor Walker Pavlich was actually second at 127 for goals kicked from outside 50. Favola 121, and then Taylor Walker's fourth at 118. Favola's probably got the best accuracy though. So Favola of the top 20, only Sav Rocker. So Sav Rocker kicked 61 goals from his 110 shots. From 99 onwards, so we don't have all of Sav Rocker's whole career. That's just from 99.
What was Fev? Sorry.
So Sav Rocker 55% from outside 50. Fev was 53%, 121 goals from 228 shots. So they're the most accurate in terms of players that have taken a lot of shots.
Because you got to kick it from outside 50. You've got to kick it nearly 60 to clear the goal line. And make
exactly.
Sure it's not touched.
You've got the accuracy to contend with, plus the distance of being touched or spoilt on the line and not making the distance. So the most accurate players sort of kept it to minimum of about 20 shots, I think. So this is full career. It's quite interesting when you look at the most accurate outside 50 players. I've got 25 names here, and only one is a modern day player. So Harry Himmelberg at the moment has kicked 12 goals from 21 shots outside 50. Gives him a 58% accuracy.
The first name that came to my head was Jaden Short. He was someone that I thought would be on this. So
so this is just straight accuracy. I mean, Brett Burton, going back, he scored 20 goals from 30 shots for 67% accuracy from outside 50, so a bit of a surprising name. Matthew Bates from Melbourne, who I remember we used to write the AFL prospectus every year, and he always come up high. He just kicked the ball long. He got the ball and just kicked it 50 metres, so you can see from outside.
That's a fan sort of player, isn't it? Kick it long.
Yeah. Kick it up the guts.
So sort of talk about most accurate. So 20 most accurate players, only one is a modern day player. If you look at the least accurate players,
they're all modern day.
All except 4 modern day players. So you got Clayton Oliver, who's had 22 shots from outside 50 across his career for 2 goals.
And I believe, wasn't one of them in the grand final? Wasn't one of them in the grand final when they went on that run?
2021, yeah.
I'm pretty sure he got one out of it. Might have been just inside. But
it was inside, yeah.
Okay.
Next worst, Ollie Wines, 20 shots for 2 goals. Jeremy Finlayson, 31 shots for 4 goals. And we know Finlayson is a really accurate kick. Jack Silvani, 3 from 24. Hugo Hagen, 3 from 23. Norton 3 from 21. So as I said, that's all those names I've given are obviously all current day players. That is looking at every single player from 1999 onwards. So I think whether we're seeing more license for some of these midfielders to have as we were sort of saying back in the early 2000s, it was only allowed for certain players. Now it seems like, Clayton Oliver's got license to, he doesn't nail him hardly ever, but you wouldn't think Simon Goodwin's going to pull him up if he does sort of burst out of a stoppage and have a ping from outside 50. It's probably part of what he's doing. So, but yeah, I think it's safe to say that goal kicking from outside 50 has probably dropped from where it was.
Why do you think that? Do you reckon it is the licence?
I always look at a lot of things to do with accuracy and just think more players are just getting involved.
Are they more unselfish if they've got the ball outside 50 and they look for the pass inside, maybe?
Again, I think it was just, in the early 2000s, only forwards kicked goals. Most of the goals were kicked by guys that trained in that position and were paid for that single thing. I know forwards are getting less accurate now because they're probably incorporating more into their training methods. But a lot of the things I look at, I think it's just more backmen, more midfielders, more ruckmen taking shots than ever before brings accuracy and things like this down.
Yeah. There you go. Interesting stuff. How fucking you roost a footy?
How far can I roost a footy? I don't think that far. Matt reckons he can kick 50 easy.
He reckons he can kick 50 on his left. He's full of it, that man.